All right, what's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, BoxingWave10. So this morning, I want to ask Deontay Wilder some questions. Don't know if he's ever going to see this video, but I'm going to ask them anyway. Because I've been waiting patiently to see, how this whole thing with Tyson Fury is going to play out. I haven't really been eating off all this stuff. I haven't been making many videos. I did make a video last week basically saying what I think Wilder needs to do for the third fight. There was already rumors that this fight wasn't going to go on in the past couple months with Tyson Fury trying to fight AJ and everything. I didn't eat off that. I didn't make videos off that because I wanted to get a little bit more confirmation. Right? Even now, it's been a few days now since reports have come out and said that the fight is off. Basically that the contract is expired. This fight has already been postponed a couple of times due to COVID and everything like that. But we were hearing that the fight was going to go down this December. All right. I didn't believe it too much to go down this year because of the money involved with this fight. Now, I don't think they would have made the same amount of money they made in the second fight, because in the second fight, it was a lot of hype behind it. Okay, the second fight, we had a draw in the first fight, and going into the second fight, it was a lot of build up to that fight. There were a lot more unknowns. Who was going to do better the second time around? Was it going to be Fury? Was it going to be Wilder? There was a lot more build up in that rematch. Since Fury was able to stop Deontay Wilder and dominate him, I feel like they lost a lot of hype behind that. And this is just my thoughts, okay? This is me speaking for me, not anyone else. It's a lot of hype that just isn't there this time around. And not only that, but you're really not going to generate the live gate money. Even if you are to have a smaller audience there, it's just not going to pull in the money anywhere near the same kind of money that they pulled in the first time around. Plus, just overall, just doubts, about how competitive this fight is going to be. A lot of people have turned their back. A lot of people just want to see Fury fight AJ. They want to see Undisputed. A lot of people are just over the hype behind Deontay Wilder. It's not going to do better. But because of social distancing, they're not even going to pull in the same kind of money. So I've been kind of sitting back and just waiting. I haven't really been saying much about it. Like I said, I did a video recently talking about the third fight, what I think Wilder needs to do, how he can do better, how he can win. And now we're getting news that this fight is off. But this time, we're not just hearing it from Tyson Fury. We're hearing it. Bob Arum. Frank Warren had doubts about it. They're pretty much confirming that this fight is done. And I wouldn't expect them to come out and say that publicly unless the contract expired. Fury wants to move on. All right, he wants to go back out into the UK and fight in front of his fans. We're hearing all these reports about who he may possibly face in that top 15 WBC ranking. I did read a report on Boxing Scene that Mauricio Suleiman does not know anything about this. Okay? I don't know what that is all about. That's another reason why I kind of been sitting back and waiting, because I want to see if this really is really confirmed. Is Tyson Fury going to fight? And if he is going to fight, is he going to be defending that WBC title? Or is he going to be just fighting for him? Is this going to be a title defense? WBC seems to be unaware outside of what they're seeing in the reports. Okay, so Mauricio Solomon, president of WBC, hasn't actually been notified. Or if he did, he's at least publicly saying that he hasn't. But yo, let's get into it. Yo, I got questions for Wilder. I got a lot of questions. I wanted to write this down, but I wanted to just, if whatever I forget, I forget. It is what it is. I have questions. And listen, Wilder, what's going on? Like, what's happening? You've been quiet all year. Now, I understand that some people take a loss differently. Some people need time. They need to escape social media. I get it. Look, I take my breaks on YouTube. I take them too, so I get it. Sometimes when you take a hard loss like that, I get it. You may need some time to fall back. But the thing is, the last few years, you've been very vocal. You've kind of taken this, you adopted this leadership role, for the whole, black woke movement. You come out and you had this viral outrage against Radio Raheem that kind of adopted a lot of fans because of what you said that day. So a lot of people look at you as like their king. And I brought this up before. So there's a lot of fans that they probably wasn't really watching you back then, but since you kind of taken this black leadership role, you earned a lot of fans because of that. And right now, the way you're handling it, you're not really handling it like a true leader, like a king. People are calling you a king. You're not really handling it that way. You've been awfully quiet. Seeing a video of you twerking. Didn't make a video about it. A lot of people did. I mean, listen, if that's the way you like to enjoy yourselves, that's on you. That's your personal thing. I mean, I'm not going to even get into how I feel about that, but that's what I saw this year. I seen you do a post. I think you made a post about George Floyd, which was cool. But outside of that, really didn't see much. I seen some pictures you posted up. And that was just about it. I heard you was training in Miami. How's that coming along? Did you get injured? Are you getting surgery? What's up? What's up with camp? Did you bring anybody new into the camp? What's up with Mark Breland? What's your relationship like with him right now? Now, all of this stuff, I figured he would answer in the build up into the third fight. And I said maybe that's why he's being quiet. Maybe he wants to just address all of these things leading up to the third fight after it was confirmed of it happening. But now we're getting confirmation that it's not happening. So what's going on? Are you training? There's reports saying that you're not training. Are you injured? Are you okay? Mentally, are you okay? Physically, are you okay? How did you take the loss? I'm sure it was bad, but how did you take the loss? Not how everybody on YouTube views it. How did you take it? Do you feel like you was cheated? What's your thoughts on Glovegate? Do you agree with these YouTube channels that was exploiting that? Do you feel like you were cheated in any kind of way? What's up with the costume? Did you really say that to the reporters? Did you feel that your costume was too heavy and it weighed you down? What was the game plan in that fight? Why did you come in heavier? Is Malik Scott taking over camp? Are you going to fight Tyson Fury for a third time? Did the contract expire? If you're not going to fight him, why aren't you fighting him? Is it all about the money? Were you just waiting for the opportunity to fight him in front of a crowd? Did you refuse to fight him in a small room? What's up with you, bro? I know I've criticized you on this channel, but it's not just me. Your fans want to know. I go to your page, I see what's going on, read the comments. Your fans are waiting to hear from you. Now, some of these dudes on YouTube, they might not ask these questions because they want to keep those, relationships that they have. But, I don't have any ties to anyone, and I don't want any ties with anyone. I'm by myself. I'm not linked or connected to anyone. I just do boxing commentary and analysis for fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking about the sport. So I don't have any ties to anyone. I can say what I want to say freely. But people want to know. People want to know. Are you going to retire if this third fight doesn't happen? A lot of people feel that you need this fight. And if you are to go off and not fight Fury for a third time, a lot of people feel that there's really no other interest in you. I think a lot of these fans are going to abandon you, to be honest. I think they already have abandoned you. I think a lot of people were eating off this Glovegate thing. It's a lot of money in racism. It's a lot of money in race baiting it too, A lot of people ate off that. How do you feel about that? I think I asked that already, but it's an important question. Do you have any regrets? Do you wish you would have just taken the DAZN deal? I remember you responded to that and said that, Joshua lost, so that fight wouldn't have been as big. And I agree with that. A lot of people are bringing that up now. Should have taken the DAZN deal, forgetting that Joshua did lose. So I'm not pressing on that too much. Do you have any regrets just not fighting AJ at all, though? Maybe working something out. How did you feel about Tyson Fury going into that first fight? As opposed to fighting him in the second time. Did you cherry pick him? Did you fight him because you thought he was an easier win at the time because he was just recovering? If you're not going to fight Fury a third time, who are you going to fight? Are there any other fighters that you're interested in? Would you fight Andy Ruiz? Would you still fight Anthony Joshua if he was willing to fight you? These are all questions. These are all legit questions. These are things that I see fans wanting to know. I want to know. But these are legit questions that are out there. Were you told not to speak? Are your handlers telling you to stay quiet, lay low? Is it Heyman? Is it Finkel? Is it Showtime? Who's telling you not to speak about it? What's up, bro? People really, really want to know. I'm just gonna wait and see what, how this all plays out as far as Tyson Fury. I see people say, I think, I seen a few channels, shout out to a few channels out there. I was looking at Counter Punch Boxing. I was listening to his joint earlier, and I saw, a couple channels bring up Ajit Kabayel as a potential opponent for Fury. If we're basing it off the WBC rankings, I think that makes, Hatman. I was listening to Hatman too. I think logically that makes the most sense. I can't see Fury fighting, and I'm talking about people that are not scheduled to fight already. We already know Chisora, Usyk, Dubois, all these guys. A lot of these guys are scheduled to fight already. But the ones that are not scheduled, would you fight Oscar Rivas? That would be great. I'd like to see that. We already know Povetkin is tied up. White is tied up. I don't see him fighting Ajaba. I would love to see Michael Hunter. I would love Michael Hunter. I would love Oscar Rivas. Caballero, I don't think he's as dangerous as the other two. But I see that being a believable fight. You're not trying to get into nothing big. You're just trying to get in the ring. Fury has been training, according to him. I mean, he doesn't look like, for the pictures I've seen of him, he doesn't look like he blew back up in weight. So he looks like he's ready to go. So what's up? I don't think I have any more questions, man. But I would like to hear from Wilder soon. And I don't mean just from a post on IG. I mean like really hear from him. What's going on? Like, let's stop having these YouTubers address your situation. Like, you need to speak on what's going on. If you the leader that you claim you are, or the people are claiming you are, if you're that leader, you got to start being a leader. You can't be out here hiding like this. So I'll be looking forward to hearing from you soon. I know a lot of people are not going to like this video, but I don't really care. Again, I don't have any ties to anyone. All right? So I'll be looking forward to your, I guess, return. And I would like to hear what's going on with not only the Fury fight, but with you. All right. All right. So I'm going to leave it at that. And again, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, hit that dislike, whatever it is, how you feel about the video. And hit me up on social media. Drop an email. Whatever works for you. All right. Peace.